Hello and welcome to Talking Textbooks Leaving No Child Behind. My name is Aditi and यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं हम लोग की awesome टीम जो आप लोग के लिए बहुत सारी मेहनत कर रही है ताकि आप लोग को बहुत अच्छी क्वालिटी लेवल एजुकेशन हम लोग प्रोवाइड कर सकें। यहाँ पे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं जो भी कोर्सेज हैं जो हम लोग ऑफर करने वाले हैं या कर रहे हैं एक्चुअली काफ़ी टाइम से 6 to 8 के स्कूल लेवल एग्जामिनेशंस जो होते हैं बेसिक एनसीईआरटी को कवर करके हम लोग ओलंपियाड लेवल तक पढ़ाएंगे। सो उसमें 6 to 8 का जो साइंस एंड मैथ्स ओलंपियाड होता है हम लोग वो कवर अप करेंगे। देन एनटीएससी एनएसी जेएसपी आरएमओ ये सब कुछ कवर अप हो रहा होगा। इसके अलावा 6 to 10 स्कूल लेवल एग्जामिनेशन जो होते हैं हम लोग वो भी कवर अप करेंगे। सो इसमें आपको क्या करना है, एक तो पूरा जो लेक्चर है हम लोग का वो अटेंड करना है, पूरा होमवर्क सबमिशन वगैरह वो सब पढ़ाई तो करनी ही है, पर इसके अलावा जो टॉकिंग टेक्स्ट बुक्स चैनल है उसको आप लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चों तक शेयर करना है सो दैट देर इज़ नो चाइल्ड लेफ्ट बिहाइंड जिसको क्वालिटी लेवल एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड ना हो रहा हो, राइट, इन वेरी नॉमिनल चार्जेस। और एक्चुअली आई कैन से कि जो वीडियो लेक्चर्स हैं वो तो फ्री ही हैं, राइट, तो दैट एवरीबडी कैन अफोर्ड। मूविंग ऑन, व्हेन यू विल गो टू आवर वेबसाइट www.talkingtextbooks.in, वहाँ पे आप डिफरेंट प्लान्स और पैकेजेस को देख सकते हैं, सर्च कर सकते हैं। सो सी 9000 जो है वो हाईएस्ट प्राइस है 6 to 8 स्टैंडर्ड का। अब दैट विल ऑल्सो गेट रिड्यूस टू 6300 अगर आप मेरा कोड यूज़ करते हैं AV Live, तो उसके अंदर 30% डिस्काउंट हो जाएगा, 2700 का डिस्काउंट हो जाएगा एंड ओवरऑल पैकेज वुड बी ऑफ जस्ट 6300 ओनली। अब उसके अंदर आपको स्टडी मटेरियल मिलेगा, टेस्ट सीरीज होगी, टेस्ट का रिजल्ट मिलेगा, होमवर्क सबमिशन होगा गूगल क्लासरूम के ऊपर, ऑल दीज थिंग्स, डेली क्विजेज हो रहे होंगे, ये सब कुछ आपको वहाँ पर मिल रहा होगा इन जस्ट 6300। एंड इवन इफ यू आर गोइंग टू सम और द अदर कोचिंग एंड यू डू नॉट रिक्वायर द स्टडी मटेरियल देन यू कैन जस्ट ज्वाइन टेस्ट सीरीज। आप सिर्फ टेस्ट सीरीज भी ज्वाइन अगर करते हो तो भी इट इज़ वेरी नॉमिनल, लाइक बहुत ही नॉमिनल चार्जेस आपको लगेंगे। एंड टेस्ट सीरीज क्यों ज्वाइन करना है, सी आपका जो नॉलेज है जो भी आप पढ़ रहे हो वो टेस्ट हो जाएगा, कितना आपको आता है, आप कितने प्रिपेयर्ड हो ओलंपियाड्स के लिए, वो सब आपको पता लग जाएगा, राइट। ऑल ओवर लाइक इतने सारे बच्चों में आपकी जो रैंक आ रही होगी तो आपको पता लगेगा आपका पोजीशन क्या है इतने बच्चों में, राइट। जो बहुत अच्छे बच्चे हैं जो ओलंपियाड के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं तो उन सब के बीच में आपका क्या रैंकिंग है वो आपको पता लगेगा। आफ्टर यू डू द पेमेंट, यू कैन डू थ्रू एनी ऑफ दीज मोड्स। पेमेंट करने के बाद यहाँ से जो हम लोग की जो टीम है वो आप लोग को कॉल करेगी, दे लेट यू नो कि कितने टाइम में कैसे आपके पास आपका स्टडी मटेरियल पहुंचने वाला है, सारी क्वेरीज आपकी हैंडल हो जाएगी। स्टिल आपके मन में डाउट्स हैं तो यू कैन कॉल ऑन दिस नंबर 9549041111। आप इस नंबर पे कॉल करो एंड देन जितना भी आपका डाउट्स है वो आप क्लियर कर सकते हो यहाँ पर, राइट चिल्ड्रन। मूविंग टू आवर टेलीग्राम चैनल्स, लेट्स से आज का जो लेक्चर है दैट इज ऑन 6 स्टैंडर्ड। सो TTB06 इज द चैनल नेम। तो आप क्या करोगे, टेलीग्राम डाउनलोड कर लो, उसके बाद यू कैन सर्च फॉर योर रेलेवेंट क्लास। आप क्लासेस सर्च करके ज्वाइन कर लो, तो जो जितना भी लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स है, लेटेस्ट नोटिफिकेशंस हैं, लेक्चर से रिलेटेड है या DPPs है, ये सब आपको यहाँ पर टेलीग्राम चैनल पर इट विल बी अवेलेबल टू यू, right? So if you haven't joined up till yet then kindly do it, right children? Moving on, let's take the promise and then we'll start with the lecture of whole numbers का जो लेक्चर है वो मैं कंप्लीट कर चुकी हूँ, पर उसके अलावा अभी हम एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस कर रहे हैं जो ओलंपियाड लेवल पे आ सकते हैं। ओलंपियाड लेवल के क्वेश्चंस हम लोग कर रहे हैं, राइट। लास्ट लेक्चर में भी हमने वही किया था। अब आज भी हम लोग यही करेंगे, राइट। सो होल नंबर्स चैप्टर मैंने कंप्लीट कर दिया है। अगर आप लोगों ने अभी तक भी होमवर्क सबमिट नहीं किया है होल नंबर्स का तो काइंडली डू दैट, गूगल क्लासरूम पे जाकर के प्लीज़ सबमिट करो होमवर्क को, राइट, एंड लेट मी नो देन ऑफ सेकेंड चैप्टर टॉकिंग टेक्स्ट बुक का 6 स्टैंडर्ड मैथमेटिक्स बुक का जो सेकेंड चैप्टर है उसकी फर्स्ट सेकेंड थर्ड तीनों एक्सरसाइजेज आपको कंप्लीट करनी है और कंप्लीट करके यू आर सपोज टू सबमिट इट ऑन गूगल क्लासरूम, राइट। अगर अभी तक नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ कर लो बिकॉज दिस इज द लास्ट लेक्चर फॉर होल नंबर्स। नेक्स्ट वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग विद द नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, राइट चिल्ड्रन। So let's start with this. What does it says? Which of the following is the correct statement? Which of the following is the correct statement? See, n is equals to w. What are n and w here? See, n is natural numbers. N is natural numbers and w is whole numbers. W is whole numbers. So definitely n belongs to w, right? मतलब n जो natural numbers होते हैं उन्हें हम क्या कहते हैं? जो natural numbers होते हैं उन्हें हम क्या कहते हैं? Whole numbers, right? Natural numbers are also known as or are a set of whole numbers only. यानी कि उसी के set में comprise हो रहे होते हैं. अगर whole number मैं बोल रही हूँ starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So these are what? These are natural numbers only, right? Starting from 1, it is natural number only, right? So what can I say? What can I say that this is the correct answer? B option is the correct option here, right children? B option is the correct option here. Moving to the next. Which is the whole number that does not have a predecessor? Which is the whole number? Now, we need to pay attention that what is it asking for? It is asking for the whole number. Which is the whole number? Right? Which is the whole number that does not have a predecessor? So, whole number starts with 0. Right? So, obviously 0 won't have a predecessor in whole numbers. So, it is B option. Right, children? B option is the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. Of the following, which is the number that when multiplied by 82 results in 82? Now, which number could it be that when you're multiplying that number with 82, nothing changes, we get the number itself? That was multiplicative identity, which was what? 1. I told you in the lecture. See, when we'll do these questions, you'll understand that there is nothing that we have left in our theory. We have completed all those things in our theory lectures. Then only you are able to do these questions without any problem. Unless you have revised, you have seen the lectures, revised it properly, learned them by heart. राइट कुछ चीज़ें तो समझने की, उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ों में तो ऐसा कुछ लर्न बाय हार्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, बट समझना और उसको याद रखने की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, राइट? सो यू विल सी और कुछ एक अगर कोई कंसेप्ट रह भी जाता है तो इन क्वेश्चंस के थ्रू वी विल बी एबल टू कंप्लीट दैट एज वेल, राइट? वैसे तो ये बहुत ही कम होगा, बट इवन इफ इट इज़ लेफ्ट, अगर कोई कंसेप्ट रह भी जाता है तो वो इट विल बी कंप्लीटेड थ्रू दीज क्वेश्चंस, right? So of the following, which is the number that when multiplied by 82 results in 82? Of course it is D option, right? D option is my correct answer here, right children? Moving to the next question. What does it says? What does it says? Which of the following is the greatest number that can be formed by these digits? So it is very easy forming the numbers I told you. See, so which is the greatest number here? Greatest digit here is 9. So if I want to make the greatest digit, obviously I'll start comparing from the left hand side, and that number has to be the largest among the given numbers, right? So here 9 is the greatest number, so of course 9 has to come on the first place, right? And all the options have 9 in it. Then it is 8 and 7, 8 and 7 correct. Then it is 6, just a second. Then it is 6 here and 6 here. This is up till here also, these are same. Then this is 3 and 0. So obviously C is the correct answer because it is asking for the greatest number. Right children? Shall we move to the next question? What does it says? Find the smallest 6-digit number that can be formed by the digits this. So it is just reverse of that. That was asking for greatest number. ये जो पूछ रहा है, it is asking for the smallest number. So will my smallest number start with 0? No, then it won't be a 6-digit number, no? Then it will be just a 5-digit because 0 before any number is meaningless, right? And 0 after decimal to the right hand side, to the rightmost side of any digit, if you're writing 0, then that doesn't make any sense, right? Means obviously it will make unlike group of unlike decimals into like decimals. That way it will make sense, but then those will be equal only. If I say that 1.2 is equals to 1.200, so it is correct. They both are equal. So find the smallest 6-digit number that can be formed by the digits this. So obviously my number is supposed to start from 1. So B option would be my correct answer here. Clear, children? Let's move to the 6th question. 238 divided by 238. What will that give me? It will give me 1 as the answer. It will give me 1 as the answer. D. D option, right? Let me put this. Right? Do next question now. What is the additive identity element of 24? What is the additive identity? Now, what is the additive identity? We remember? Do we remember? Additive identity is 1. Right? If you are going to add 1 to 24, it will give you 24 itself. So, additive identity is always 1 only. Right, children? Let's move. Choose the successor of 301999 from the following. What is it going to be? Tell children, what is it going to be? See, if I want to know the successor, what I used to do, I used to add 1 to it. So I'll simply add 1 here. If this is 1, then this becomes 0, 0, 0 and 1 here. Carry 1. So this becomes 2. So that is going to be what? 300. This is going to be what? 3,02,000. Right? 3,02,000 it is going to be. So it is here. Or I can say 302,000. No, this is going to be 302,000. This is going to be 302,000, right, in international. Let's move forward. Now, what does this say? 6 into, this is 6 and bracket 7 into 3 equals to 6 into 7 into 3 is an example of which property with respect to multiplication. So obviously first they are multiplying 7 and 3, then they are multiplying 6 into 7. Obviously one multiplication, right, this is a multiplication. If they are not writing anything, it means that they are talking about multiplication only. So what is it going to be? Which property shows grouping? Remember, they are showing the grouping property, which is associative property. So it is associative property, A option, right? Moving to the next question. What does it say? What are the two consecutive numbers after 5009? It is going to be 5010 and 5011, which is C option. 5009, after 5009 comes 5010 and 5011. This is going to be the next option. Clear, children? Let's move to the next question. Closure property is satisfied by whole numbers with respect to which of these operations? Tell. Closure property is satisfied by whole numbers with respect to which of these operations? So obviously closure property is applicable in addition and multiplication. If you remember, it is applicable in addition and multiplication, right? Moving to the next question. What is the quotient of 64 divided by 1? What would be the quotient of 64 divided by 1? What is it going to be? Obviously 64. Obviously it is going to be 64. If this is the divisor, then I am going to multiply it with the quotient, that is 64, and hence I'll get 64 as dividend only when the quotient is 64. D option is my correct answer here. Clear, children? Moving to the next. Find the product 98 plus 14 into 0. Now, please understand, you are not supposed to add these. Although they are in bracket and it is being told and taught according to V. Bodmer's that you're supposed to do this bracket first, but then here it is not required, because please see, even if you're going to take it out, it will be multiplied with 0. So ultimately you will get 0 only. So there is no need to do it, right? So my answer would be what? My answer would be C. C, 0. Right, children? Correct option would be C here. Let's move to the next question. What is the predecessor of natural number 1? What is the predecessor of natural number 1? And children, that it is saying natural number, right? So natural number starts with 1, right? 1 is the smallest natural number. Then what would be the predecessor of 1 then in natural number? Nothing. It does not exist. So D option. Clear? I told you all this, right? This is how questions are formed. Now, what are the 3 consecutive predecessors of 700,010? What are the 3 consecutive predecessors? So obviously it is 7,000, this is 70,007, 70,008, 70,009 and 70,010. Right? Simple. C option. C option is my correct answer here. Next question now. Right. What does it say? Which of the following statement is true? Now, this says every whole number is a natural number. Is every whole number a natural number? Now, whole number consists of 0 as well. Is that a natural number? No, it is not. So that means this is false. Next question, what does it say? Every natural number is a whole number. So this is correct. Every natural number is a whole number. Though we have got a correct option here itself, right? But then we are going to check the other options as well. Next, what does it say? 1 is the least whole number. No, it is not. 0 is the least whole number. Then next is 0 is the greatest whole number. No, we do not have any greatest whole number. We have the least whole number, which is of course 0. Right? So here B option is the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. What does it say? What is the RHS part of the equation? Now, what can we see here? That it is showing, or it is asking us the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So let's do it. What do we get? See. 36 multiplied by 8 minus 3. What will this give me? 36 into 8 minus 36 into 3. This is what we'll get. This is what we'll get. This is the distributive property of multiplication over addition, over subtraction. So this is in B option, right? Sorry, not B, C option. This is in C option. 36 into 8 minus 36 into 3. C option is the correct answer here. Clear, children? Shall we move to the next question now? Which property is represented by A plus B equals to C? A whole number with respect to addition. Now, which property is represented by A plus B equals to C, a whole number with respect to addition? So obviously that is closure property. It is closure property. A plus B equals to C, where all the 3 are supposed to be what? All whole. This has to be all whole numbers, not A whole numbers, all whole numbers. So this is what? Closure property, right? This is closure property. Shall we move to the next question now? If A and B are 2 whole numbers, then under what condition is the commutative law applicable to subtraction? This we have done in the earlier lecture as well. This question we did in the earlier lecture as well. It is only possible when A is equals to B. When both the numbers are equal to each other, only then it is possible. So A option is the correct answer here. Right, children? A option is the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question now. What is the value of this? What is the value of this? Very simple. See, we are supposed to find the pattern here. We are supposed to find the pattern here. And actually this is what? A into B minus A into See, right, this is the common thing. So distributive property of multiplication over subtraction it is. So it is in the expanded form. We need to make it compact again. That will give us the answer. See, this is 555 multiplied by 193 minus 555 into 93. Right, so what will I do? I'll take common. I'll take 555 common. I'll take 555 common here. So let's take it. Now what is left here in the first part? 193 is left. So I'll take that. In the next part it is 93 which is left. So let's take that. Now 555 would be multiplied with 100. So this gives me, that is 55,500. So D option is the correct answer here. Right, children? D option is the correct answer here. Clear? Let's move to the next question now. If A into B equals to 0, then, see, this is given to us. This is given to us that A is equals to, A into B is equals to 0. So when is this possible? When is this case possible? When multiplying two numbers is equal to 0. Either A is 0, like one number is 0, so it could be A. So A could be 0 or B could be 0 and this could be some other whole number, any number, right? So B is 0 or either A is 0 or B is 0. That is also correct. And A equals to 0 and B is equals to 0. Means it is necessary that both have to be 0. Right? It is necessary that both have to be 0 and like the case won't be possible if any one is 0. Right? So let's see to this. Only one is true. Only 2 is, only 1, 2 and 3 are true. 1, 2 and 3 are true. Only 2 is true. 1 and 4 are true. So here we can see that 1, 2, 3. All 3 are true here. So that means B option is my correct answer here. Right? B option is my correct answer here. आगे बढ़े नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की और बढ़ते हुए, ये रहा आपके कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पर. ठन विच प्रॉपर्टी इज सैटिस्फाइड बाय द डिविजन ऑफ होल नंबर्स? Come on, tell. Which property is satisfied by the division of whole numbers? Is it closure property or associative or commutative? Does division approves or does division holds any of the property in whole numbers? No, it does not. So it is not closure, commutative or associative. That means D option is the correct answer here. Neither A nor B or C, right? Means these three are not possible. Clear, children? Let's move to the next question now. What does it say? 23 question. On dividing 55,390 by 299, the remainder is 75. What is the quotient? Now you must be remembering the division algorithm. You must have remembered the division algorithm. This question is going to we are going to do this question through division algorithm only. So what was it? If you remember, it was this: dividend is equals to quotient into divisor plus remainder. This is what it was, right, children? This is what it was. Now what is given to us? On dividing 55,390, so my dividend is given to me 55,390. This is given to me, is divided by quotient they are asking, let it be Q. Divisor is 299 and plus remainder is 75, right? So you are supposed to find Q here, which is very simple. Now what you are going to do? You are going to take the 75 on the left hand side. This will give us what? 75. 15 equals to 299Q. Now you're simply supposed to divide this. You're simply supposed to divide this 299 by what will be Q here? 55,315 upon 299. So do it. This is going to go how many times? So one time, which gives us 299. What does this give us? Come on, do it, children. This is simple calculation now that you're supposed to do. Done? Done? So what is the correct answer here? B option, right? B option is the, it is going to be 185. Clear, children? Shall we move to the next question now? If A and B are whole numbers, then what is A minus B? If A and B are whole numbers, then what is A minus B? Now here, this C option is not cannot be determined. Like it is cannot be determined, that is correct. But then see, there has to be a condition. There has to be a condition where A is greater than B. Only then A minus B will be a whole number, right? So we can say here that C option is the correct, that we cannot determine what is it, what is A minus B, cannot be determined. This is actually data inadequate, right? Data is insufficient. Data insufficient. It has to be like this. This option has to be like this. But if something like this is given, then you will have to like take this option only, right? So data is insufficient here. Now, if A and B are whole numbers, then which of the following is true? A divided by B is a whole number. Can this be true all the time? We do not know. Sometimes it is possible, sometimes not. A divided by B is equals to B divided by, no. Only when A and B are equal, right? Both A and B. Neither A nor B. So which is true? None. None is true. Neither A is true nor B is true, right? So my B option is the correct answer here, right? Sometimes children, it is really like whatever they're asking is real easy, but then the way they are asking, first thing, the formation of the question, right? That is very important. So you must be knowing the concept very well, but then you will have to understand the language of the questions as well, right? Language of the question as well as the options given. That is the key point in attempting all these Olympiad questions, right? That is why I'm asking, that is why like I'm making you practice all such questions. Right, children? Let's move to the next question now. What does it say? Come on, do it. Come on. Which of the following is the zero property of addition? Now here, it is not saying zero property of multiplication. It is saying zero property of addition. So zero property of addition means 13 plus 0. If you are going to add anything to 0, you will get the same number itself, right? So, just a second, children. I want to check something. It is not 1, children. Additive identity, it is not 1. This is not 1. Additive identity means when you're adding something to a number, and you get the number itself. That is not possible through 1. Right? It'll give you the successor. It won't give you the same number. Right, children? So that is not 1. Of course, that is C. Right? That is 0. What is the additive identity? It is 0. When you're going to add something, when you're going to add 0 to any number, then you will get what? Then you will get the number itself. Right? So it is additive identity is 0 and not 1. It was my mistake, children. By mistake, I wrote 1. I'm really sorry for it. But then the correct option here is C and not 1. Clear, children? Clear? So we have corrected our mistake. Let me check the other questions as well if I have done some mistake somewhere. But I'm sure I haven't. This I know. But then it is always good to see multiplied by 1. This is correct here. So this was wrong, children. This was wrong. I did wrong. I'm really sorry for it. By mistake I did that. But it is 0, right? What is the additive identity? It is 0. When you're going to add something, it will be 0. Next, moving on. So 13 plus 0 property. 0 property of addition is, that is obviously 13 plus 0. So now let's do this. This says, which of the following symbols in order must be introduced in the blanks to make the given statement true? So what sign am I supposed to put here? That this also, because like these two signs, I'm supposed to put signs in these two parts, in these two blanks, so that I get equal answers. What is it going to be? Please tell me. See, I'll be adding 43 with 1. If I add 43 with 1, this will give me 44. And if I subtract 47 with 3, right? 47 by 3, what am I going to get? See, here also I'll get 44. And here also I'll get 44. So plus and subtraction. That is going to be our D option. Clear, children? D option would be the correct answer here. Moving to the next question now. Okay, what does it say? 6 into 8 equals to 8 into 6 is an example of commutativity of whole numbers under multiplication. True. This is correct. It is commutative property. Next. 6 plus 8 is equal to 8 plus 6 is an example of associativity of whole numbers. No, this is also commutative property, right? This is also commutative property of numbers. So who is right? Only Anu is right, right? Only Anu is right here. Beena is wrong. Right? Let's move to the next question now. The successor of a 4-digit number is? The successor of a 4-digit number is a 4-digit number only, except for the greatest 4-digit number, which is 9,999, because then the successor of that would become a 5-digit number, which is also the smallest 5-digit number. Right? Clear, children? So D option is my correct answer here. D option is my correct answer here. Moving to the next question now. Let's move to the next question. So statement 1 and statement 2. Read this and let me know. Except 0, all whole numbers are natural numbers. Except 0, all whole numbers are natural numbers. Right? This is correct. Except 0, all whole numbers are natural numbers. This is correct. Statement 1 is true. 0 is the only whole number. No, there are many whole numbers. So only statement 1 is true here. Only statement 1 is true here. Next question. As we move to the left on a whole number line, how does the value of number change? See, this is a number line. This is a number line. Now, let's say this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, as we move to the left on a whole number line, How does the value of a number change if we are moving towards the left side? It is decreasing, decreases by 1, decreases by 1. So D option is the correct answer here. Clear, children? Let's move to the next question now. Two whole numbers x and y are such that x equals to 2y. Which among the following statement is definitely false? Now x equals to 2y. Let's check for the A option. Let's check for the A option. What does A option says? X plus y equals to 3y. So I know that x equals to 2y is given to me. So instead of x, I'll write 2y. So 2y plus y will give me 3y. This option is correct. Let's check for the B option. It says x minus y equals to y. X is given to me as 2y. So 2y minus y is equals to y. This is also correct. Now C option. X plus 2y is equals to 4y. Again, x is given to me as 2y. So 2y plus 2y will give me 4y. This will give me 4y, and D option is y equals to 2x. This is wrong because y is given as this and 2. X is given to me as 2y. So this is wrong. D option is our correct option here. D option is our correct option here. Let's move to the next question. 1730 1739 1742 are in a sequence. Which of the following options provides the value in the blanks? So children, you can see here कि यहाँ पर एक sequence follow हो रहा है. वो sequence क्या है? See, while going from 39 to 42, there is a jump of, or there is an addition of 3 numbers, because 39, 40, 41 and 42. So there is addition of 3 numbers. So this is the sequence. This is the sequence, means addition of 3 numbers to its successor number. Successor means to the next number, right? So obviously there has to be plus 3 in here as well. So this is going to be 1733. Then again plus 3 is going to be here as well. So this will be 1736, and then there will be plus 3, which is absolutely giving us the correct answer. That means this sequence is correct, right? Like we decoded it in the correct way. So now which option is it? 1733 and 1736. It is C option. So C option is my correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following represents 3 plus 4 equals to 7? Do this question now. Which of the following represents 3 plus 4 equals to 7? So it is here. It can be seen in the D option. See, 3 plus 4 gives us 7 only. So this is the correct answer here. Right, children? Right. Let's move to the next question now. P and Q are whole numbers such that P equals to Q. Then which of the following is true? P and Q are whole numbers. P and Q are whole numbers such that P equals to Q. Then which of the following is true? See, D option would be the correct answer here. Why? Because let's say if P equals to Q equals to 5, then if it says P minus Q equals to Q minus P, then I can write it 5 minus 5 equals to 5 minus 5. So 0 equals to 0. Hence, prove that D option is a correct answer here. Let's move to the next question now. M and N are 2 whole numbers such that M is greater than N. Which of the following statement is true? Now, see, M is greater than N. If you add any whole number, now what are they adding? They are adding 0 to it, right? They are adding 0 to it. So that doesn't make any difference. It won't change my basic number, right? Because that is the additive identity. It won't change my basic number. So means the actual numerical value or the magnitude of my number. So obviously M would be greater than N only. So C option is the correct answer here. Clear, children? Let's move to the next question now. A number 4 more than a given number lies. See, a number 4 more than a given number. This is given to me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a number 4 more than the given number. Let's say 1 is given to me. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right. So where this is going to go? On the right hand side. So this is going to go to the right of the given number. This will go to the right of the given number. Right. Right. If I am at 1 and if I am going 4 jumps. So this will give me this answer to the right of the given number. Which of the following statement is not true? Remember, it is saying not true. There are 100 whole numbers between 0 and 100. There are 100 whole numbers between 0 and 100. How many numbers are there between 0 and 100? See, how do we use to calculate? 100 minus 0. This gives me 100. But it is saying between. It is saying between. Means I am not supposed to include 0 as well as 0. Include 100 or 0. Right? I am not supposed to include both of these. So I will be subtracting 1 as well from this. So this will give me how much? 99. So my A option is the correct answer here because it is untrue, it is false, it is not true. The product of a number and 1 is the number itself. This is correct, absolutely correct. The sum of a number and 0 is the number itself. This is also true. This is the multiplicative identity. This is the additive identity. The product of 1 and 0 is 0. Again, yes, this is true. This is the multiplicative the property of 0 in multiplication. So all these B, C, D are true, right? B, C, D are true, and I also told you the property, the name of the property as well. Next question. What is the next question? The following diagram is a number line. Two boys, Anil and Charan, start from X. See, these are the two boys who started from X, this number. Anil is going towards B and Charan is going towards A. Now, what does it say? From X and go with the same speed in opposite direction. They are going in the same speed in the opposite direction. Who will reach the flag post first? Who will reach the flag post first? Now, we can see that there is a distance of like this scale is of 50, right? The difference is of 50 in these, you can see. So, from A to 250. How much distance is there? You can see 250. It is 250. And from B to X. See, from X to A, how much distance is there? We can see it is still 250. Right, it is still 250. And from here to here, from B to B to X, how much distance is there? Calculated. It is going to be till 450. So obviously this distance is less. This distance is less than this, right? So what is the correct answer? Understand this, children. This is going to be what? This is going to be at 450. Now from 450 to 250, the distance here is of 200, right? And the distance here is of 250. Right. So who is going to reach first? Who is going to reach first? Anil is going to reach first. So B option. Is this clear, children? See, they both are going with the same speed. They started from X and they both are going in the opposite direction. Now, the distance between A and X is 250 and the distance between B and X is 200. So obviously Anil is going to reach first, right? I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question now. What does it say? The diagram given is a number line. Which of the following statement is represented by the diagram? 550 lies between 525 and 600, right? So my C option is the correct. What does the other says? 550 lies between 525 and 550. 550. How can 550 lie between 525 and 550? Next, 525 lies to the right of 550. No, it lies to the left. D option, 525 and 550 lie to the right of the 600. No, they lie to the left of the 600. Right? So correct C option is the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question now. Which of the following statement is true with respect to 0? Which of the following statement is true with respect to 0? Okay, additive identity for the set of whole numbers. The first whole number. Is it the additive identity for the set of whole numbers? Now, if a number is given to you and if you add 0 to it, will you get the same number itself? Right? This is true. This is true. Because a plus 0 or 0 plus a will give me a only. So additive identity, that is true. Next, the first whole number, yes, 0 is the first whole number, this is also true. Next, the product of any whole number and 0 is 0. This is incomplete. Is 0, right? So what can I say? This is also true. So all the above, right, are true. Which of the following statement is true with respect to 0? So the option would be D here. Right, children? Let's move to the next question now. Which of the following is true with respect to 1? So, which of the following is true with respect to 1? Come on, do it. The first natural number, the predecessor of 0, the additive identity of whole numbers, the first whole number. Which is true? Obviously, this is true. It is the first natural number, that is correct. Is it the predecessor of 0? No, it is the successor of 0, right? Then next, the additive identity of whole numbers. The additive identity of whole numbers, I told you, is 0. When you are going to add something to 0, you will get the number itself. Then the first whole number. The first whole number is 0 and not 1. It is the first natural number. So A option is the correct answer here. Next, move to the next question. Every whole number is the predecessor of another whole number. What can you say about the statement? Come on, tell. Every whole number which is given to us is a predecessor of another whole number. So that is true, right? Every whole number, if I talk about, that is true. If I talk about 0, right, it is the predecessor of another whole number, that is 1. So every whole number is a predecessor of a whole number, right? So this is true here. This is a true statement. Clear, children? Next, move to the next question now. Vijay and Vicky chose two numbers and found that their product is 0. Which of the following statement is false? Which of the following statement is false and not true? See, which of the following statement is false? Both of them choose 0. Both of them choose non-zero whole numbers. This couldn't be true. Only Vijay chose 0. Only Vicky chose 0. See, in this, which of the option is false? Which of the option is false? Both of them chose non-zero whole numbers. Both of them choose 0. It has to be B, children. It has to be B. Vijay and Vicky chose two numbers and found that their product is 0. Which of the following statement is false? Only Vijay chose 0, only Vicky chose 0 is correct. Both of them chose 0. Both of them chose non-zero whole numbers. See children, if you are multiplying a non-zero number, both of them chose non-zero number. Assume करते हैं कि दोनों ने अलग अलग नंबर चूज किए. Say 1 and 2. Non-zero is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, any, it could be other than 0, it could be any number. Then product, how can any product be 0 until either one of them or both are 0? So it has to be B option if it is false, right? Which of the following statement is false? Then both of them choose non-zero whole numbers. Next question. The successor of a whole number is always 0. 45th question. The successor of a whole number is always a whole number. Right? Successor of a whole number is always a whole number. Any number you're going to take, it will always be a whole number only. If you take 0, then its successor would be 1. If you take 5, its successor would be whole number. If you take 100, its successor would be a whole number, and so on. So the successor of a whole number is always 0? No. Never a whole number? No. Always a whole number? Yes. Always less than 1000? No. So C option is the correct answer here. 46. On a number line, as we move left from one number to the other, what happens to the value of the number? On a number line, as we move left from one number to the other, what happens to the value of the number? The value decreases. Obviously, see, this is 4, 0, 5, 3, 2, 1. So on a number line, as we move left from one number to the other, if you're moving here, or if you're moving here, or if you're moving here, so that means what is happening? The value of the number is decreasing. Of the value is decreasing, right children? Let's move to the next question now. By how much is the predecessor less than the given number? 1. By 1 only. I told you, if you want to calculate successor, you will do +1. If you want to calculate predecessor, then you're supposed to do -1. Right? So by how much is the predecessor less than the given number? By 1. It will always be 1 only, predecessor and successor. We used to do before and after. So it was always +1 and -1. Right? Next question. What does it say? What is the difference between the predecessor and the successor of the greatest 5-digit number? What is the difference between the predecessor and successor of the greatest 5-digit number? Come on, tell me. How much it is going to be? See, greatest 5-digit number is 99,999. This is the greatest 5-digit number. Now, its successor. What is its successor? Its successor is 1 lakh. Right? This is the successor. And its predecessor is going to be 99,998. Right? This is what its predecessor is going to be, because I'll be doing for successor, I'll be adding 1, for predecessor I'll be subtracting 1. So now, what is the difference? What would be the difference? It will be 2, right? 2 would be the difference here. Right, children? So, A option is the correct answer here. A option is the correct answer here. Have you understood how to do this question? Let's do next question now. What is the sum of the predecessor of 701 and successor of 299? See, predecessor of 701. Predecessor means before, one number before. So 701, I'm going to do -1 in it. So this will give me 700. And successor of 299. Successor of 299 is +1, 300. So this will give me what? 1000. A option. Right? A option is my correct answer here. Let's move to the next question now, which is probably the last question for today's lecture. So what is the difference between the successor of the least 5-digit number and the predecessor of the greatest 3-digit number? Let's do it. What is the difference between the successor of the least 5-digit number? Least 5-digit number is, this is the least 5-digit number, 10,000, and the successor of it. This is the successor of the least 5-digit and predecessor of the greatest 3-digit number. What is the greatest 3-digit number? This is the greatest 3-digit number, 999. And we are supposed to calculate the predecessor of it, 998. Now what is it asking? Difference between these two. Difference between these two would be what? It is going to be what? 9003. B option. B option is my correct answer here. Clear, children? B option is my correct answer here. So this is it for today. I hope you have understood all the questions that we did, right? So thank you so much for watching. Keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep sharing. And remember to hit the bell icon so that you remain notified for all our upcoming awesome videos. Please give your comment, please give your feedback in the comment section below. If you have not understood anything, then also please do let us know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.